No brand at Watches and Wonders is more talked about and discussed than Rolex. And we're standing in front of the Rolex booth here at Watches and Wonders in Geneva. Kat, you saw Rolex, all the new releases earlier today.
I did.
Tell us your thoughts.
You know, I feel like this year they were maybe not as remarkable as last year with, a lot of the watches they did, like the emoji watch and the bubblegum Oyster Perpetual. So there's a little bit of a letdown this year, but I will say they made some changes to certain collections that I think are really great. And I loved getting hands-on with them. This is the first time I've actually had a Rolex appointment, so this was really nice for me. And there's a few standouts for sure.
Let's start with the GMT. There were all sorts of rumors coming into Watches and Wonders about an update to the GMT.
Yeah.
We got a new GMT, but I don't think it's what most people were expecting.
No, I don't think this is what most people were expecting. I will say, having gone hands-on with it, it is actually really stunning, especially on the Jubilee bracelet. I think if you're getting a GMT Master 2, you gotta go Jubilee personally. I love the new Cerachrome bezel with the black and gray on it. I think it's really subtle. I'm not a huge fan of like Pepsi and even the green I'm sort of on the fence about, but this is like super subtle, nice green GMT hand that I think is really perfect for this model. And if you want something that's not super loud on your wrist, like this is the GMT I would go for.
The other watch, probably the most talked about watch that Rolex released this year, is actually not a sports model. It's the 1908 Platinum with an ice blue dial. What were your impressions of that one?
I was actually super stunned by this watch in person. By far, it's my favorite Rolex release that they have done so far. The dial is honestly Grand Seiko level finishing, right? I think people have asked for that for a long time. It's this guilloche pattern on it, and the ice blue is absolutely stunning. It looks great in photographs. It looks great in person, and it's a huge standout. I'm a huge fan of platinum. This watch is amazing. It's absolutely beautiful. I think it's 39 millimeters, which is a really great size as well. I wasn't a huge fan of the strap that it was on, but that's always an easy change. But yeah, this was certainly a model that I could see picking up at some point.
It's just
in the future.
It's
in the future, way in the future.
It's interesting just because the 1908 debuted last year.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, say, like a minor hit because there was so much unusual stuff.
So much last year
from Rolex last year. You already mentioned the key releases.
It flew under the radar.
This one's not flying under the radar. This one is like the kind of talk of the show.
Yeah.
In a lot of respects.
I'm excited to see what they do with this line, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last but not least, there's a gold deep sea.
Yeah.
Not a sea dweller deep sea, just a deep sea.
It's a deep sea.
They've changed the name, the branding around a little bit on this.
Yeah.
They do this from time to time. They release something that just is totally
ridiculous.
It just doesn't make any real sense.
Yeah.
So this is their most professional kind of like dive watch.
That's gold.
In solid gold. What were your thoughts on this? And did you get a nice workout, kind of like lifting it?
I did. Yeah, my arm is quite sore actually from trying this watch on. It's very heavy, as expected. It's not a watch for me personally, but it's one of those things that they, I think, just do because they can do.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, I will say. It's completely ridiculous. This is not a professional dive watch by any means. This is for someone that wants to really, really, really show off. So.
I was going to ask you who this watch is for.
Yeah.
I guess you just answered that. It's for someone who wants to show that they have like the goldest gold Rolex.
The biggest, goldest gold Rolex.
Did they tell you if it's the heaviest?
I don't know.
It's got to be. I would imagine it's.
So next year what we'll do, we'll bring the calipers and we'll bring a scale for you guys.
Any other kind of like final thoughts on your Rolex experience?
We saw a couple of really cool things too that were sort of on the back burner. Some diamond bezeled Daytonas that were really cool. But yeah, I think the standout for me is the 1908, the GMT Master 2. I think Rolex had a soft year this year. I'm excited to see what they do next year. I think they're going to come back with a punch.
Thank you for watching. We'll be back soon with another video from Watches and Wonders. Until then, like and subscribe and do all those things and check out all the great content on the website. Thank you.